Yo, yo, what up? It's your girl Joy, the Hip Hop Power Fawn, and this will be your Mercury and Sagittarius tarot reading. On Thursday, December 11th at 5:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mercury will begin its transit in the sign of Sagittarius. Now we are post-Mercury retrograde. We are moving out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius, from water to fire. So things are going to get a little bit steamy for a period of time, okay? We will be using the French Marseille Tarot on today. We haven't used it in a while. The theme for this reading is intellectual journey, okay, or intellectual travel, okay. And when I was kind of preparing for the reading, I realized when people think about Mercury, they really think about the Gemini side of Mercury. So for this, I just want to focus more on the Virgo aspect, but both are about cognition and intellect, thought processes, okay, higher level thinking, okay, and that's what Sagittarius is, okay. So I'm here, you're here, Frankie's here, okay. Hopefully he won't bark. It's almost time for him to eat, so he should be a little quiet, okay. Yes, yes, yes. So let's see what we've got here. Let me see if Mercury gonna be making any Thursday. Mercury. I'm just looking to see if it's going to be any aspects on Saturday. Sextile the moon. Sextile Pluto, not the moon. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. So let's go ahead and get started. Cards to look for. Mercury is represented as the Magician in the major arcana, and Sagittarius is Temperance. Okay. If we're looking for planetary ruler, we're going to look for Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, which is the wheel of fortune. And for Mercury, it will be Gemini and or Virgo. But like I said, we're focusing on Virgo, right? So we're going to look for the Hermit card, okay? So let's see what we've got. Oh, okay. Yikes. Ace of Wands in reverse, gonna show it to you upright. This gives club, okay? Like bashing you over the head with a club, okay? And that is a little bit thicker, okay? The width, the gift, okay, is a little thicker than wands in other decks. Excuse me. So let's see. Divine inspiration, but a wand is not necessarily the passion. I think this is the drive. And so on this intellectual journey, as we're taking this journey, we're traveling, right? And so it's not necessarily physical travel, but I think it's more about your mind wandering, okay? And your mind going places. Your mind can take you places your physical body might never reach, okay? And so just like lots of thoughts and ideas, okay? I feel like you are going to see a lot of that happening, okay? Things were probably a little bit slow because of the retrograde, but now that we're out of that, okay, the inspiration is just going to keep coming. And so what we are searching for on this journey is not only truth, wisdom, hope, but we are searching for answers, meaning, purpose, significance, justice, okay, for a lot of us, okay? And so this ace is literally the seed, because there's also a pentacle, okay, on here as well. And so out of that seed grows this club, okay? Mercury. Let's pop into Gemini real quick. When Gemini energy gets bored, okay, it seeks intellectual or mental stimulation. Okay, so you might want to learn something new, like a new craft or skill. Virgo is also about troubleshooting to make things better, like to correct, to fix. And so I think you are going to see how you can fix or correct maybe some past mistakes. Things that you probably did during the retrograde that you shouldn't have been doing or shouldn't have said. Okay? So let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. Woo! The sun in reverse. The sun in reverse. Look at the twins. It's not Gemini. Okay, this is like young lovers, okay? The sun, the sun, the sun, the sun came out in reverse, right? And so the sun is about enjoying life, having fun, being playful, childhood friends, romance, creativity. I'm saying all these things that are associated with Leo in the first house, in the fifth house, okay? Because that's the sun is Leo. And so fire and fire. And I think in reverse doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be enjoying life or having fun or being playful with childhood friends or what have you. It is just like maybe like a lower level or maybe an internal situation is happening. Are you content with the truth that is being put out there? Are you happy with what is being broadcasted or publicized about your past transgressions? I don't know why I had to say that. I just said that. The sun, the sun. Sun, where are you, girl? Great times lie ahead. Enjoy yourself. So, to me, this is like, okay, maybe this intellectual travel, this journey, you might not enjoy it. You might not enjoy it because it's about confronting the things that you did wrong, okay? Virgo does not like making mistakes because Virgo is to eliminate the mistakes. And so having to go back and fix or correct your own mistakes makes you a little uneasy because that means you got to be vulnerable. You might have to apologize and make things right. Okay, justice. Okay, you might have to let people know or express what you meant when you said certain things. Okay, communication. Okay, maybe the meaning had been a little bit misconstrued, and so in order to iron those things out, you're gonna have to double back. You're gonna have to do the double back. And now I guess I got on orange. Sun. Okay, gold, yellow. But let's see. Temperance. Boom. Okay. Yeah, you got to bring things back into balance, boo. Okay. You got to temper. Watch your temper. Okay. Make sure things are fair and equal. That's justice. I know y'all thinking that's Libra. Libra is about equality. Equality doesn't necessarily mean justice. Okay. Y'all know what country I'm in. Okay. So we got two majors off the top. Okay. But also, you have to be 14. Okay, I don't know why I'm counting. Because that's 18. No, it's not. 19. Moon, sun. Temperance. You got to make sure that your cup is full enough to pour back into somebody? Like, are you prepared to deliver the apology? Are you prepared to own up to your mistakes? I don't know. But once you do that, let's see. And boom, Page of Swords in reverse. But once you right your wrongs and clarify what you meant, okay, boom, this is where things, the cogs, the wheels start turning. Okay, the ideas, the approach to what? Oh, to this journey. This is just the first stop on the journey. Apology tour. You want an apology tour? Okay. And some of y'all might be apologizing to yourself. Okay. Maybe you mad you didn't enroll in that class. Maybe you are upset that you didn't get a particular grade that you was hoping for at the end of the semester or a marking period or what have you. Maybe you didn't finish with the GPA you wanted. And so now this clarity, put you in reverse and put you, where am I put you? I'm going to put you here. Let's see. I read something recently about the Page of Swords though, and I can't remember what it was. Knight of Cups in reverse. Show it to you upright. Boom. You only cared about your own feelings. You didn't care about anybody else's. You didn't care about anybody else's feelings. But this is an Ace of Cups, right? I think a lot of people, when we think of feelings or emotions, people just think of like sadness. Like anger is also a feeling. So maybe you were angry and you closed yourself off to others. Came out in reverse. Because even though we went from Page to Knight, we kind of like, we had to grow up a little bit. Okay, you got to grow up. Okay, you can't be harboring feelings and not saying anything. Okay, that's childish. Okay, we grown on this channel. Okay, I gotta look at this Page of Swords. It's bothering me. I ain't feel like going all the way back like this. Yes, secret service, vigilance, spying. Huh. Where is, let me see something. Okay. So you were hiding how you really felt about the situation. Okay. And so now you have to figure out, like, why was I even mad in the first place? Like, what am I upset about? You weren't the one who was wronged. Okay. You're not even the one seeking the justice. Okay. You don't even know why. You don't know what the purpose of these negative feelings were. So you got to let them go. Just let it go. Okay. Grow up and move on. Because that's the only way you are going to gain wisdom. Apology tour. Because you're only worried about your own feelings. That's all you was worried about are your own feelings, how you felt. And you never considered how the other person or people felt. And so you cut them off, Page of Swords, or you cut off your emotions towards them. All these cards just came out. Do I even want to use them? Okay, let's use them. I usually wouldn't, but it's 3. Oh! It's the Emperor, Lovers in reverse, and under the Lovers was the Devil. Okay? So and we got another card that didn't come out face up. So let's go with what we got. This is nothing but majors and court cards. This is good. All right. Let's do Emperor first. You want to be the authority. You want to be the one in charge. Okay? Aries energy. You want to be the one to... You want to be in control. That's what that is. You wanted to be in control, and so you felt like cutting them off emotionally, okay, was going to like do something to them, but you were the only one being affected. Sorry to tell you that, okay? And you did this so, what is the word? Starts with an I. Impulsively, okay, that you didn't even think. Lovers in reverse, and we called out the Lovers when I said the Sun was the young Lovers. So I'm going to show you first let me show you the Emperor. Boom, came out in reverse. You wanted to be in control. This is a mace, okay? And a mace was used during important ceremonies to indicate like someone's like a high-ranking official or whatever, right? You wanted to be the one in charge. You wanted to be the authority. You wanted to be in control. And when you realize like, hey, these people are stirring up my emotions, let me cut them off so that I can maintain a level of control. But that didn't happen. Lovers in reverse, Gemini, okay? But it was just childish. Essentially, it was childish. And I say childish because Gemini is like basic education, like rote learning, R-O-T-E, okay? In reverse? Yeah, came out in reverse. And so you didn't learn anything from that experience. That didn't help you one bit. Okay, and the Lovers is about coming together, working together. You should have talked it out. You should have said something in the beginning. Okay, you got the cherub here. Okay, you should have said something in the beginning and things would have worked out differently in a more positive result, positive outcome. But you didn't want to do that because you wanted to be childish, right? And on the Lovers, we're used to seeing 2 people, not 3, plus the angel cherub, okay? And so you needed probably a mediator, some like a buffer in between. You needed a third party, somebody that was neutral, that could hear both sides, somebody that you both respected. But this is about problem solving. This is about problem solving, learning how to solve problems obviously it would be between people, but this is about problem solving and not blaming other people for your mistakes. Ooh. That's why you on the apology tour. because you was blaming all these people instead of taking accountability. And the devil came out under the lovers, right? The lovers came out in reverse. Yeah. Because the devil is out, Capricorn. Because you want to be in charge. This is the second, like, I'm in charge. This all me type situation, because Capricorn is about leadership, authority, right? But it's also limits, boundaries. And so you realize that your authority is limited, okay? You don't control other people. Just because you cutting somebody off or you think you helping a situation, that's not how it works. And you learn that. I'm going to do this like this. And then bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. All I hear is like temptation. We're going to see. 9 of Cups. Don't remember if it was upright or what. 9 of Cups. Right? So, after this realization, okay, you're back in balance, back in the flow of things, okay? We're happy again. You are content. You have mended the bridges, right? So, now what? Now where do we go? I'm no longer being held hostage by my emotions. That's what the devil card is. I am now free. That's why devil didn't come out in reverse. But now that I've solved this problem with the apology, okay, I'm happy again. Things are back the way they should have been. So now what? I can't believe we had to go all around, go through all these cards just to figure that out. Multiple cards. I knew the death card was going to come out. I knew it. I should have said something. Because the death card represents Scorpio, and underneath is the 9 of Pentacles, another 9. Do we got multiple 9s? No, but I'm gonna look up 2 9s in a minute. But we know 9 is what? Born again. Okay. Scorpio. Death card represents Scorpio. Scorpio is about revenge. You thought not talking to these people and cutting this person off and going on about your business, you thought that was going to be like revenge of some kind. I don't know why you thought that. I do not know why you thought that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You the only one that cared. Okay? You the only one that was all shook up. Okay? You over here thinking you cutting all these people off. Chop, 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 chop. We're putting an end to that. Okay? That's why the death card is out. We are transitioning. We have transformed. We are no longer dead inside. Okay? Because that's what was happening. You was rotting. And so that's why we got these 9 pentacles. Okay? Let me look at the 9. And you know, I'm going to put that, right there. Right there. 2 9s. Receipt. You so busy holding on to the past. You holding on to these receipts like it hasn't gotten you anywhere. Like literally you're nowhere. You are nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Okay? 9 of Pentacles. They over there minding their own business, enjoying their own life, growth, progress, prosperity, abundance, and you over here in the cemetery of death with nothing. While they living a life of happiness and abundance and all the things, you over there in the darkness, like nobody even knew that you was upset. So what was the point? Like, what was the point? What was the purpose? What was the meaning? There was no significance. Okay? Silent treatment does nothing. Literally does nothing. And y'all think that works. I don't know why. Now, if the moon or the hangman comes out before the end of this reading, already know it's Neptune directing Pisces, sabotaging this whole setup. So let's see. Another 9. Oh my gosh, we got 9 of swords now. Woo-wee. Insomnia, up all night. 3 9s. Let's look and see what that's about. 3 9s. Success. 999. Somebody play that and then just throw your girl a little donation. 999. Okay. You have to. What are you bringing to the table? Are you bringing positivity or are you bringing negativity? What are you bringing into this existence? What are you bringing with you on this journey? Okay? On this, as you're problem solving all of these problems that you had with all of these people, okay? Or all these people, maybe they coming to you solving problems. I don't know. But all of these issues, all these problems that you had to fix and these mistakes you had to correct and all of that, what was the point? What's the meaning? Why is all of this happening? Tell the truth. Be honest with yourself. Okay, I'm just looking at the time because I don't want to, I've been going over lately. So, 2 cards left. King of Wands came out in reverse. Boom, boom. Scepter, scepter. You realize everybody isn't out to get you. Okay? The only person that can mess up anything you got going on is you. Okay? It's all about your perspective and how you communicate. It's not what you say, it's how you say. It's not, and once you know the why, you can change the how. Okay? The King of Wands is very friendly. Okay? The King of Wands is not who y'all be making him out to be. Okay? He's very cool, calm, and collected. Okay? Now the King of Swords. Oh, it's 2 cards. I ain't gonna do 2. I'm not doing 2. I'm only looking for the 1. You're the one that I think about. Ace of Cups. We started with the ace and we ended with an ace. Look how big this cup is. Look at all this abundance right here. Okay? I love that. You started from scratch just to get all the way back to where you were, but now you're more fulfilled. Okay? Emotionally. Wrong book. Let me see. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but psh. Yeah. Content, like I said. Tolerant. Not everybody's going to be tolerating these tantrums that you're throwing. Okay? Just because, I don't know why I got to say this, but somebody going back to school. But everybody not going to tolerate this back and forth, this in and out of people's lives. People don't like that. They get tired of that. And after a while, you're going to leave and you're not going to be able to come back. Okay, so be happy that these people are allowing you to be in their life. Okay, despite everything that you've gone through or been through. Okay. Intellectual journey. And at the end of this, the meaning and the purpose, once you realize like the rationale for all of this, like you realize my behavior like was unwarranted. It wasn't rational. It was irrational. And no, it's not because of Mercury retrograde. It's because of you. Okay? It's because of you. Okay? Because you let your mind wander. Okay? You let your mind wander. You believe the propaganda. You believe the hype. And so when you sit back and you realize like what I was doing, like my behavior was totally uncalled for, it's called accountability. And we're going to use it going into 2026. Okay? All right, y'all. Hope this was good. Try not to ramble. I'll see y'all next week. I'll see y'all on Saturday. We're going to be doing Mars. I can't wait. Peace.